Now we are. Perfect. Forgetting what it is I'm supposed to do here. Ooh. Oh, boy. This thing just don't want to cooperate today. Yeah, it's all becoming unraveled. Yikes. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Oh yeah, beautiful day in the neighborhood. We missed some snow up here. I think a little bit over the border, about 50 miles from here. So they're getting the shit this time, not us. That's okay with me. Hey, okay. Ay, ay, ay. Doing this thing tonight like it was my first time. I'm the one and only.
What up, big time Tony Rowe?
Enjoying the day here. I went to Walmart, did some garment shopping, and stuffed a suitcase, and I still got, what do I got left here? I got another, 9 pounds I could stuff in there.
What's up, David? Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Gentlemen, how are
Yeah,
you?
I got that done. I got the other, what do you call it, pack, or the box. And I'll get around to the second one today.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
David's got a new video out today.
Yeah, of course, man. That's what I do.
A watch, was it a watch
Yeah,
knockoff?
yeah. It's how to spot a fake Tissot watch.
What did you start to sell? Those ones you bought? You bought a truckload of watches, didn't you?
I did. Been selling them daily.
Oh, have you?
What's up, Joe?
Yeah.
How much you got them marked up?
Oh, I've been averaging about 30%.
Hello, 30%, huh?
Yeah, it gives me
Why
something
not?
to do.
Why not 50?
Oh,
I
shut
don't
up.
need to be greedy.
I'm
Nah,
sorry.
it's still for
Yeah,
$10, you know. But it'd be
I just don't.
70%, I think.
Yeah, I just don't believe in being greedy. I'd rather move them on
That's
down
not
the road.
being greedy. That's business.
Yeah, but my business philosophy is real simple. I'd rather make a smaller amount of money a whole bunch of times than a big amount of money one time.
The Well, the idea behind that is, if you buy something for $2, $10 is not a stretch. It's a good buy,
Well, unless it's a pencil.
you know. Unless you get 100% negative on it, then you can just always change your name and use a avatar like Pico here.
Well, the key is I've told you I've been averaging 30%. That means some items are more. And then the other thing that I factor in, like let's say this, if I buy 10 watches at auction
Mhm.
and I pay $100, so what's that, $10 each? If I decide to keep two of them myself for my personal use, then I still say that I paid $100 for 8 watches, and I
Mm.
factor the price into that. But I still like being greedy. It's not necessary as long
My
as I
son, my son bought to make some money to buy his fiance's the ring. Um, he went to a thrift store and I forget what he bought, but he sold it on eBay, and there was a guy that was more than willing to pay the money plus the shipping because it's like one of those items. Like I found one of Supertramp's first albums. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but their
Mhm.
first album was "Crisis with Crisis." I remember playing that when I was young, and I was in a Goodwill store and I found it. And it was I bought it for $1. I would have if they'd have said $10, I'd have paid $10 because I wanted it. You know. But anyway,
I agree. Well, that's what I do. I just don't try to make a killer profit. I'd rather get them in and out.
well,
It's just a
Tony,
hobby
did,
for me. I don't,
did that
it's
album
not
have
about
Long Way Home on it? Take
no, Long Way Home is Breakfast in America, I think. Well, Crisis but Crisis was
Oh, that's great.
way back. They got a song in there called Sister Moonshine. And I went to see them in concert in Milwaukee, and they had the Crime of the Century album out. That's got a couple hits on it. But very, a Crisis but Crisis, there's about two, 3 songs in the whole thing that I like, but I like it reminded me of a time way back when, 14, something like that.
Yeah, I have a sister-in-law that is a expert collector of records in Texas.
Dude, my mom's youngest sister, she died when she was 60. She was born she didn't get any oxygen for like 10 minutes, I think. She was born at a Catholic hospital, therefore, she had mentality level of I don't know, a kid. She had every single album and 45 of Elvis and Mac Davis after that. But every record she had looked like brand spanking freaking new. I mean, she had a collection. I don't know if one of my mother's other sisters did with it, but there had to have been some money in that one.
I know what my sister-in-law likes, so when we're out and about, I look around and see if I can find any in her genre. And I'm shocked when I go to these places that there are tons and tons and tons of country and western albums that nobody wants.
Nah, the only country one, if I was ever to buy any, would be Johnny Cash and Charlie Pride. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because back when I was a kid, Charlie Pride, black man, and back then country was like redneck city. But I never heard anybody talk shit, about him. Never. Not the adults. Nobody. He was a very. I don't know if he passed away yet or not.
I don't know.
But he was a beloved singer. So.
Well, I'm sure he had to be careful in the South when he went on tour. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, he probably didn't go that deep. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a time down there, huh?
No matter, the white boys may come and pay you some redneck money to listen to you, but that's about it.
Man, I would. That wouldn't have been an area I would have liked to have been in. No way. For nothing.
So you're not done packing yet, or what?
I got my big suitcase. I'm teetering on 7 kilos on my carry-on. I'm like 6.78. If I put my locks on there, it's gonna be too heavy.
Your locks are that heavy?
Well, they'll add to it that I'm that close to 7 even.
Yeah.
But the big one there, I got a scale batteries. Got those big garage door opener type batteries,
Mhm.
and I just checked it before, and you're allowed 44 pounds, 20 kilo. I thought it was 22, but apparently the lady told me it was 20. So, and I lifted that thing up, and I'm like, it's a beast, and I still got 9 pounds to go.
I think the key to remember from this week: don't take any explosives in your bags. So
No, they're stealing money. Jennifer Terry did a video where uh, they were going through the scanner X-ray machine. People were stealing money out of it, handing it. There was a little club going on. This guy from Taiwan, he complained, and his friend was filming it, and he could see him go in the guy's bag, and then one walked by. She handed it to this other guy. So they got after he made a complaint, they brought him in this one room and they gave it back to him. Said that like they found it.
yeah, there's
So
a
so the deal was they were supposed to erase the tape, but the guy they never did, and they posted it on social media. So those people doing that got suspended or fired.
yeah, but then they got rehired. But I guess there was a guy that was traveling from where was he from Pittsburgh to Florida this week, who decided to take explosives in his suitcase.
Oh yeah,
Did you not see that on the news?
no.
Yeah, some white boy out of Pittsburgh was going to Florida or something, and I guess they found explosives in his suitcase.
No way.
I mean, you
Yeah,
got to
they,
be brazen at this point in time in the world to do
well,
that.
you know, well, that borders on like total idiocy or whatever. If you think your shit's special, it's not going to get noticed. I mean, they just started using dogs over here, so it kind of speeds up the process. I'd rather. I have no problem with them looking. It makes it. It's a safe ride. Guarantees a safe ride for me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But what if the dog f's up? So it'll be a while. The first bad thing that happens, they'll go back the way it is. So. Because with this COVID thing happened, I went through Chicago, and Chicago, San Francisco are usually a port of entry that's zip in and out. When I came back from the Philippines last summer, man, it was a line that snaked six times up to where I got off the plane.
hmm
And then this chick's handing out. She's a TSA. This young one, she's like bored, just going like this, handing the things out. But you never had enough time to stop and fill it out.
Maybe they should put TSA down at the southern border.
I said, "Hey, must be a boring job." And then I walked further away. And, what'd you say?
Well, that would solve the problem, wouldn't it?
Oh, some other young guy got
They'd quit just because of frustration, huh?
Damn,
some
that would solve the freaking problem, man. I mean, hell.
some punks were talking shit to me, but I didn't respond to it because I had a bus to come back up here, and thank
In
God.
Chicago, they were.
Yeah, this guy he was just. I mean, you know what? If I didn't really need to get someplace, I'd have popped them, but I don't need that shit. So my bus was late as it was because of traffic, which worked out good for me. But this time I'm late. I'm taking the plane up from here, puddle jumper down to Chicago. That way I can get all my bullshit done up here with the searching of whatever. Then when I get down there, all I got to do is go to the gate. Hmm.
Yeah, getting through the airports can be a real challenge. I mean,
You,
not only are they big, and they can be a hassle.
What
I,
are you
I,
taking? How many checked baggage? How many carry on?
one check, one carry on, and then a personal item, the laptop. That's where I put all my batteries to lighten the load on the check. All the you can't put those underneath the plane.
Yeah, we usually get two carry-on,
Lithium ion or whatever.
two check baggages each, one carry-on and one personal bag.
Well,
We
I
fly.
would, but I can't do that on my flight from Manila to Butuan. They won't allow that. If you're coming from here and you got one stop, that's different because if you look on their website, PAL will say 70 pounds, and you're going, oh, okay. So that happened to me the first trip I ever did there, and all of a sudden, well, sir, you have to pay this. I think it was $50 or $75 for being over. I had no idea. I had it packed of 50 pounds. So that cost me both ways. So I learned from that one. Now I'm a seasoned world traveler.
That's right. You are, man. You're the expert.
Mm,
You're our role model.
somebody got to be.
You going through Dubai again or wherever you went
Yeah,
last time? Middle East?
yeah. I could have paid. I could have paid. You got all that schedule. You got all those insurances. If the airline goes bankrupt or if there's any kind of disruption in your trip that costs you to miss a flight. So I could have got one from that had 4 hour layovers. I think it was PAO, and that was how much was that one? Nine something. No, it's 2 hour layovers. I thought, yeah. But when I had all that other stuff, so my total after that was taxes and all that shit was
But, but, but,
920.
but the PAL was probably going Chicago to LA, LA to Manila, right?
Yeah, that's usually what they do. Uh, they had one that went to Vancouver, and then Seattle, but I like San Francisco Airport. If you've never uh, been in a busy port of entry, and this is before COVID, way before that, Miami's a freaking nightmare, man. Oh God, there are thousands of people, thousands. It is when you pass through customs there. When you go get your luggage, it's like you got to go a freaking mile and then come back with it.
Yeah.
You know, uh, I like their airport down there. Nice Latin vibe to it. But
And that's why I thought about Chicago, man. When I threw through there, it's like you landed in the domestic part, and then you had to leave the building and go out and catch a whatever it was to get over to the international side. And it was so packed that it was just unbelievable. So
China's airport, or China's Japan, Narita, Narita's that they do that. They take a little bus out there and they drive you to the other bus, the plane you're taking. Nice airport though, but she's like, I used to smoke back then. I couldn't even. I opened up that room. I thought, hey, I heard there was a smoking room. Oh, great! As soon as you
You didn't
open
want
that
to go in
door,
there.
dude, as soon as you open that door,
That'd cure
you don't
anybody.
you don't need a cigarette.
yeah, those were horrible. Yeah.
Oh, that was, and I was a smoker, I'm like, I took a couple
I
puffs because I borrowed this lighter from this Japanese guy, and I went in there, and I was in there like 2 minutes. I go, forget this. This is just making me dizzy, not
didn't I tell
nauseous.
you didn't I tell you about the time I got overbooked in Chicago and I couldn't catch my flight, so they gave me the hotel right there in the airport. Like
No,
the
you didn't.
airport Hilton or Sheraton,
So
Sheraton
yeah,
O'Hare. It was United and they had overbooked the flight. I was still working for the government. And me and another woman working for the government were the only two that were overbooked. Imagine
Huh.
that. So I got the Sheraton Suite or something. It was a nice hotel, but the
Hmm.
problem was my luggage went on to my destination. So I had no clothes, only the clothes I flew in. I had no toiletries, but
Yeah.
the hotel gave me a toothbrush, and
So you
the
so you
improved
stunk
soap.
for a while.
So I just next morning put on the same clothes I wore the previous day, and they gave me, I don't know, $30-$40 in meal tickets that could only be used in the airport.
Yeah.
So that would buy you maybe 2 cheeseburgers in an
I was
airport.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
late.
yeah.
Um,
And we've had horrible food at airports. I mean, man,
I know. Well, other places in the world, man, they have really nice setups, but the U.S. doesn't seem to have. Unless I
crappy.
don't belong to any of those exclusive
oh
airline
yeah,
clubs.
uh,
So,
I was late getting to my plane in San Francisco. They could have taken off because I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And so I saw this airport airline guide. He says, "Oh, where are you going to? Where are you taking the bag to?" I said, "Chicago." So he put it on the flight after mine because I was, late for mine. He thought I was going to the other one. So they had to drop it off the next day. They're like stealth mode, man. I mean, I'm looking for it all morning, and the time I don't look, and it's there.
Yeah, it'd be really, really cool if the U.S. if they would do better airports in the United States. The only problem is then they would probably charge us a whole lot more for the damn tickets. But it's a shame how crappy our airports are.
Well, they want to go down there to Dallas. They want $300 for a round trip from here.
Yeah, we like
well,
that.
David, look at the labor pool they have to choose from in the U.S. It's just the workers don't have. The Asian workers, I give it to them. They take pride in their jobs, even
Right.
down to the guy who cleans the floor on the subway.
Yeah.
He wears a uniform, white gloves. In Japan, at least,
Yeah.
their subways were clean enough to eat off the floor. I mean,
Yeah.
they were really nice, and they ran on time. But it's just a reflection on our society.
Hey,
It is.
here's a
We'll never
blast.
have anything world class like other parts of the world.
Here's a
Of course,
blast
they
from the.
do. They do it with indentured servants, basically.
Yeah.
You look at the Middle East. They have beautiful airports.
Oh
Just
yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
sparkling clean, but the people working there probably don't make
Where's the
much money at
channel
all.
about, please? Channel's about like the Seinfeld show. It's all
Hello, it's about anything.
it's about
It's a
yeah.
what's that French word? Potpourri. No, it's
Yeah.
And it's
Polish.
got anything you want.
Let me show you this blast from the past here. This
Hi,
is like
Kristen.
this is like 10 days after my gee, 19th birthday.
Are you going to show us a video? They
No,
didn't
no,
have videos back then. They
no,
didn't even
man.
invent a camera back then.
To show an old photo.
Me and my number one daughter.
Wow, is that the oldest of all of them?
Yeah, I was wasted too when I came there because I
No,
drank at the
couldn't tell.
I drank at the
What
bar.
what year are you talking? You said 19? That's
No,
1980.
this is 1981. No, 80.
80. And
Yeah,
what
that was
rank
our.
were you there? Was that a E3?
That's a piece. Yeah, PFC. Yeah,
E3, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have one with a one stripe in my
Yeah, I got.
uniform. My oldest.
I made spec for, but what other ones we got here? Oh, this is from Illinois. Yeah, that's my oldest.
Illinois. What were you doing in Illinois?
Mundelein. I was at Fort Sheridan. I was living in Mundelein.
Fort what? Tell me again.
Fort Sheridan. That was
Which is
Patton's
where in
first.
Illinois?
North of Chicago, 17 miles north of Chicago.
Oh, north of Chicago? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
That
know
was
there was a fort up there.
yeah. Fort Sheridan was administrative. Right up the road from there is Great Lakes Naval Base.
So you got stationed like within a driving distance of your home?
Well, 60 miles.
Milwaukee.
It was 60 some miles away, but you're only allowed 25 or 50. But they didn't know
50,
that
yeah.
till they didn't know that till I got busted for something. They go, "What the hell's he
Right.
doing in Milwaukee?"
Yeah, you were more than 50 miles away.
Well, it was about 60 something. I think it was
Yeah.
60. But what happened was when I went down to basic, um, and I was in Hercules missiles, and they send this question, have you fill out this paper? How much alcohol you drink a week? I said, well, I drink a case.
As much as I can get.
Well, that's 24. That's only what, a couple beers a day.
Yeah.
So they said, you can't do this job. So you have to pick something else. I picked recovery specialist, and well, I picked air. Oh, I signed up for airborne school. So I was in a motor. The MOS was a motor transportation. I think it was 60. It's 60.
So it was okay if you drank a case there, right?
Yeah, they
All
didn't
you're
give a
doing is
shit.
driving huge vehicles.
But we had this girl from New York, and she was like a hood kite girl. She said, "Yo, give me a cigarette, or I'll kick your ass." What? Then that Billy Badass bitch went into the gas chamber there. She was crying her ass off. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so they said when I was in airborne school, I decided I wasn't that crazy. So they put you on this detail for 2 weeks, and hey, Captain Billy Jack, they put you on this detail while you're waiting for orders. And we had a couple guys from Chicago, and the guy says, "We got this job here up in Fort Sheridan." I thought, well, where's that? He said, Illinois, because I was the guy. One of my friends from Chicago, he had to go to Kentucky, I think. And I said, well, okay, you know. And at first I was living in the barracks. I moved in and out so much that they showed me the sheet. It was filled up with my stuff. They said, they go, that's it, man. You can't do this no more. You got so many. And they showed me the sheet was full of me in and out, in and out. So I ended up living about 50 miles away. And, these are my middle two kids. That's when they were little.
One of them looks
Yeah.
like a bear.
Yeah, they're 30.
Are they twins?
Yeah,
Really?
yep. Fraternal. Alex and Amy.
Birthday?
Huh?
What's her birthday?
December 30th.
Yeah.
Yep. Yepper, man. Oh, Lord. Now the other ones are for later. But anyway,
So how many total do you have?
how many what?
Total.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it, but my uncle, I'm sure he didn't think I knew, but he, when I was about 14, my dad let it slip. He cheated on his first wife. He had a kid with this woman, and she took the kid and left. And he had
Who, your
paid child
uncle or your
support.
dad?
My uncle, my dad wouldn't be telling me that. I didn't. My mom started telling me shit when my dad died, and I thought,
How did he just let it slip, though?
I said, I don't want to hear it. Well, he's talking about my uncle.
Uh-huh.
I said, "What? You got to pay child support?" My dad goes, "Oh yeah."
My dad had 14 children.
Oof. One wife?
No.
No. How many?
3 wives and 1 woman, I think. 4 women.
Or
4
you got me beat.
Yeah. That's pretty good average. 3 point something.
So,
Yeah.
my cousin Jody, my uncle's daughter from her first marriage, she's a good looker, man. She's like 50, 55 now, or 56. She lives in Utah. They moved, her stepdad and my auntie moved out from here to, I think it was Stockton, something like that. And so she had the California life growing up. And then her senior year of high school, they moved to Utah.
Yeah.
You can't get no alcohol in Utah. So I mean, my uncle's first wife was a beauty, man. Oh my God, she was beautiful. All up until the day she died, you know. She was a good looker, man. And so my uncle married this other one. He
Like
had two kids.
David's thinking, did she look good in the casket?
No, dude, don't disrespect her like that, man.
No,
She's a good.
David's laughing. I'm not. I'm laughing now because David's giggling.
Well,
The way you said it, Tony, it just sounded pretty good.
she's good looking up to.
She was a good looker until she died. She had breast cancer. And then my uncle's second legal wife, both blondes, both rosy, both died of cancer, and he died 2 months ago, maybe. No, not even 2 months.
Who knew
Some of us
you can have 5 wives? Yeah.
Some of us look good till we're born, huh, David?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was. I mean, you know, when I was a kid, I couldn't understand. I did. You know, I hear things, but of course, it isn't a topic of conversation when you're, 10, 12 years old. But I thought to myself, how could he have done that? I mean, she was gorgeous, you know.
Well, maybe she's a crazy lady.
No, she was. There's nothing wrong with her. My uncle was a
Maybe
ladies' man. He loved the dancing and. He was a good-looking guy. And he got all kinds of trim. Matter of fact, I think he had a daughter. Another woman called my mom up, wanted my uncle's phone number, and he had her. Oh, he fathered her during his second marriage,
Yeah.
because his youngest daughter, who is now 40, I don't know, 50 maybe, I don't know.
You got to remember, some men are just women, lady men like Ron. Ron's a ladies' man,
Who?
Ronald.
Oh, Ronald, yeah. Yeah. Like,
He's just
like
one of
Will,
them,
like Will Chamberlain.
So, puts that away.
20,000 women, you had to bang how many a day?
Yeah.
They did that thing on Saturday Night Live, opened up a bottle, a ladies' man. They opened up a bottle of Cavassier.
Ay.
Yeah. 5 wives. Nah, man. My uncle had 5 kids.
Who needs alcohol if you can have 5 wives? Billy says, me, everybody. If you got 5 wives, I promise you, unless you're Muslim, you need a whole lot of alcohol.
You're an idiot, man.
So,
I worked with a guy
Or a
who
Mormon.
we were about 30, 32 years old. He was on number 6 at 32
what?
years old.
He was what?
On number 6.
Get the heck out of here.
No, at 32 years old. Yeah.
wow.
Why?
I don't know. I would always ask him, what are you doing? I'm just out looking for number 7.
Just kick him in the nuts, man. Call it a day. Golly.
He had one son out of all that, and he had custody of it.
I mean, he had the pud fine, huh? Would he marry strippers?
That was one of them.
Maybe maybe you like the old barfly women.
Yeah, in fact, he said that was one of them. Just the attributes that he liked.
And one had to have been named Sybil too.
Who knows? But he was you might say, quite energetic young man.
do the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Stick your left testicle in. Stick your left testicle out. Yeah, my cousin Jody's stepfather. They lived in I think it was Stockton, or was it something nicer than that? But she as you could imagine, man, she freaking freaked out.
Was she good looking too until she died?
Huh?
What did she freak out about? What are you talking about?
But about going from the wild California life to Utah, where you freaking, if you're a kid, you're not a Mormon, you got a long day.
So it make her a better person or a worse person?
It just depressed her. I talked to her her mom passed, and I give her condolences. She had breast cancer, just like the second. My uncle's first wife's name, blonde, her name was Rosie. Second wife's name was Rosie. Both blondes.
Shit.
Both died.
Pattern hair?
One had breast cancer, and the other one she had brain tumors. Imagine that, and I think the torment he went through in that second marriage was probably payback because she was something else, man. I mean, when I'm a little kid, I can't stand to be around it, but
In what way?
she just insulted him constantly. She was just
I thought that was
Yeah.
status quo.
talking, nonstop. I mean, if the guy wouldn't have been making so many kids, he would have been able to get away. But when I was 14, he says to me, how you doing, man? You out there hustling them broads like Uncle Norm?
Billy says he just wants one. He's old.
And then my auntie, my dad's youngest sister died almost a week after her youngest brother. He was 80, I think, and she was 77.
Tony's not putting the chat lines up there, so we can't see what people.
She got married. They got married. My Uncle Fred met her. I think he was 15 and she was 12. And they got married when they were, I don't know, maybe Uncle Fred's watching. I don't know how old. I think it was like that. But he'd take her out for Friday night, wine and dine, And he's a good guy. He's still kicking, but he's the peppiest 80-year-old you ever seen.
Who's the one who was a player?
Uncle Fred. No, the one that played, he died. He died about a month and a half ago.
But he probably died happy.
Yeah, I don't know. No,
Probably
he wasn't. I know he's happy about dying. It's just that he had to go through it, the shit he went through. And
What does that mean?
he was the coolest uncle, boy. I'm like, man, I want to be like that guy. I told him he had a 69 Malibu 307 engine. So we lived way on the south. We're the only ones that moved to the south side of Milwaukee. And my uncle needed a water pump. And on a 307, there's plenty of room. So I'm out there holding the light for my dad because it, started getting in the dark. And so my uncle comes out. He's walking back in the house, and my dad, being a cranky guy he was, he says, I don't know why he called me. I said, what do you mean? You sure act? He said, probably because you know how to do this. He says, I've never done this before. Oh, man. I had to be good with that light so I didn't get a backhand,
Just sold another watch.
Oh, that was
You did?
hilarious.
For profit.
For profit. Quite a bit this one.
Yeah, you're a
How
good
many you
social.
have in stock right now that you have up for sale?
I got about 20 left.
You're a good
Oh.
socialist.
20 different ones, and I got about 100 of the same.
Do you pack and ship them? Do you?
Uh-huh.
Is shipping included in what they pay here?
They
Or
have
they
to pay it. The buyer pays all.
Alright.
Taxes and shipping. They pay it all. So eBay has a really, to be honest, a really easy setup that they get paid for it, of course, but they work really
Right.
well as a middleman. I mean, it works really well. I don't do a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, Christian's Christian, the youngest guy here.
And I got 3 watches I'm repairing. So I got a real pretty
You have an eBay. You have an eBay name. You just can put it in the
No,
private
hold on,
chat.
hold on. Let's see it.
You know, it's good.
I'm putting a new band on this one. It's a beautiful little Seiko's woman's watch.
Hmm.
It's actually authentic. It's vintage. It's from 19.
Did you
Is that a wind-up one?
did you happen to come back? Did you happen to come upon this by accident while you were surfing?
Yeah, pretty much. I was bored.
Yeah.
I was totally bored.
Come upon what? Your channel?
Me? No. Are you asking me, Tony?
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah. What were you asking him? How did he come upon this? What are you talking
Oh
about?
yeah. He said he said that pretty much had to be on the internet and came across this and thought he'd make a goal of
Across
it.
your channel. Because
I
of
don't
the
mind.
name?
I think it means my eBay stuff, my
Oh.
the watches.
Oh, okay.
Now, how I got involved was I wanted to buy a cuckoo clock for myself.
Well, there's Gary. Hey,
I
Gary.
wanted to learn and study, so I did. And then I found some auction sites out there from my brother who told me about these auction sites. And then it just kind of mushroomed from there. So, hey, Gary.
Gary, you become a father yet, Gary?
Father.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of hard when you got that wad in the palm of
I
your
don't know.
hand.
They can do Zoom meetings, but I don't think they can do that yet, Tom.
Well, I just thought. You know. Gary, how you doing, Gary? Who you in love again out there? He's planning his future to the Philippines, or I think it's Philippines.
And here's our eBay thing.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I was
Up
just
on the big
bored.
screen.
What on or
Wow,
what?
Tony, you're quick.
Fucking hey, man.
Quick draw.
Hell yeah.
No, I was
You
just
joining Planned Parenthood? Priesthood.
joining the priesthood. Be a father. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, look. That don't mean you get to get freaky behind the wall there.
Behind the podium.
Yeah. Hello, yeah. Yeah, let's get him.
Yeah.
Oi. Another Friday night.
No, Saturday morning in the Philippines.
Ain't got no money, but I just got paid.
Right. I got money.
Michael was on for hours earlier.
Oh, was he?
Hours.
Was he coherent?
Hours.
He's gonna make
No,
a hooker.
that's a relative term. I mean, on a scale of what?
You got a good point. You know.
I would be able to drink all the wine for free. Yeah, you know what? The priest at my the church in Ohio that I went to St. Mary's, that guy was an alcoholic. I had to take him away for a while.
Oh, there are many
He-
who were.
He's the guy. They had a church festival. A guy I used to go to school with. Had a band there, And I had my communion there. I was like the 12-year-old kid in '74. I'm like 4 years older than all the rest of the kids. But yeah, and I'm standing there with my
Who's
wingtip
that?
shoes
Is that your
on.
classmate? No, it's Uncle Tony.
Yeah.
He's the old man of the class.
So word spreads fast down there. So if you're not white, down where they're around that part of Ohio, they got no use for you. So I came in there with my wife, and I ain't shitting you. You always hear that. You always hear them people say somebody who looked so beautiful. All the eyes in the room were upon them. When we walked into that uh, church festival, everybody in that freaking place was looking right at us.
Happens to
And,
me all the time.
and I mean, like like they were waiting, like waiting for you. So
Oh, this
we're,
is
we're
with the current missus.
yeah, we're sitting there with my like I call him cousin anyway, but it was my auntie's granddaughter's son from her first marriage. She had a daughter, so all her kids were all around our age. So he was still a cop. He just teaches. I saw him on that on TV once for some cop show. I forget, but this guy had a dog in his pickup truck, and the dog. I don't know how the thing got put in gear, but the dog had the wheel cranked to the left, and that pickup truck went around and around.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah, so we're um, she's sitting there talking with some other teacher my cousin's with, and so my brother-in-law. Well, I still call him that, but he isn't no more. But we went to school together, 6th grade. So I've known him almost as long as my sister. And he comes over by me and he said, because I saw the priest and I saw him talking to him. Somebody ran in there and said there's some Muslim lady there. So
God forbid.
my brother-in-law come up to me and he's saying that he's saying, yeah, he wanted to know if she was Muslim. I said, what the fuck what has that got to do with anything? He said, no, he told her she's Christian. But I thought to myself, this dude could have come and said hello. What was he going to do if she was? He going to strong arm me and run me out of there or something? Freaking bullshit. That pissed me off. The fact that he even, couldn't ask me anything straight. He had to ask somebody else.
Well, that's a good religious man for you, my friend.
Who?
A good religious man is what it sounds like.
Yeah. I thought this priest's full of shit. You had to be glad we're on the grounds here. If he wouldn't, in the back of my mind, I thought, I'm going to go talk to this. Ask him what his problem. I'm going to go ask him what his problem is, but
It's not worth the headache.
nah. I'm telling you, man. Around there, people, if you're not white, boy, my son right now. If we lived there, my son would be getting tormented in school. That's how freaking
What part
bad.
are you talking about, Tony? What area?
It's 8 miles south of New Philly. It'd be about 40 miles south of Canton. 40, yeah, something like that. 40 or 50. That's that's where my great uncle settled when he was the only he left Pennsylvania, and then my grandfather came up here. But they had a dentist there, and they black dentist, and they ran him out of town. They were so bad.
My brother used to tell a story. My next oldest brother, he was an altar boy, and him and my cousin were both. The cousin lived next door, right? They were both altar boys, and they'd be stealing the wine before church.
Hey,
Be tapping into. They're like
if
11 years old, you know, and they're drinking in the altar.
if you'd have seen my youngest cousin Steve, and Tim's a year older than me, Steve's a year younger. They were altar boys too, and to see him, they were just as mischievous as anybody.
I mean, I was too, but I would never think of doing that, you know. But
Oh no, man!
my
You know
brother,
what,
he got away with everything.
dude? I don't whether you're a firm believer or not. I'm not going to give anybody any reason to strike me. you know, uh, I'm not cussing. I'm not.
Man,
You know,
you
they
guys
didn't,
are all just too nice. I was a hellraiser. I could.
hey, they didn't. My cousin Tim, you're older than me. He's always like, "Why do you have to swear so much all the time?" Or
Man,
cuss. They
No,
said.
see, David, I learned because my brother always got caught. Yeah, I
same
learned
here.
how to not, you know. And I used to tell him, you know, you're going to get your butt whooped for doing this. He didn't care. He just pushed the envelope, and he was dumb enough to get caught. And I learned how not to. So
I did the same. I had older brothers too, and I
Well,
would
he
sit
get blamed for it anyway.
and, and then I would outsmart what they did and get away with it. So,
I was the only boy, so I was on my own.
but some people have a tendency to think I was an ornery, what they call an ornery little shit.
Well, my uncle boy, he didn't tolerate nothing, man. My auntie did all the parenting, but he always had his ear open. You know, if she'd tell you be home by 7 and you come home at 8, boy, he wasn't a difficult man. You knew you knew what you need to do to stay away, to avoid getting the.
I was the youngest, so I had to toughen up.
Well,
'Cause
I
I
had
put up with a lot of crap, you know. So I had to learn
my
to
cousin Tim
fight for
now.
myself.
Now you go there and he's swearing up a storm. He's just, worse than I am. Yeah, just torn, yeah. Yeah, that, you know what? My dad used to be on the CB radio thing, and one of the
Boy,
guys on there, he
Mustafa.
lived 4 months. He lived 4 blocks away from us. His daughter Diane.
Tony, say hello.
Everybody say hi to the beautiful one.
Hello, David.
Boy, Ganda.
Oh,
Not you, Tony. Not you, Tony.
no, damn it.
Bring,
No.
hey Tony, bring some dried mango.
Dried mangoes.
Mhm.
Kasi,
When he's coming back here, remember?
He's not coming back. He's
Oh,
never
hope that
coming
he's
back.
gonna attend. Oh, so
I'm
he's
coming
gonna-
back next year for my son's wedding. Well,
Or
it's a
wedding.
Where is it? For his son's wedding.
We can get it at the grocery store. You know
bring
what?
mango back for who?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can just order it online and not have to worry about anything else.
Oh, my
Is the dry mango from the Philippines better than the dry mango here?
From the
It's
Philippines.
cheaper.
Hello, pretty lady. That's yeah. It's
Yeah.
No, it's the same price, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, never mind. It's
All right, Tony. Just bring the dried fish back.
There you go. It's cheaper there than here.
a necklace of garlic would be better.
Not for me.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh yeah.
People tear into that shit like it's an aphrodisiac, man.
Oh, not
Yeah.
me. I tell you what, I had a bag of dried squid once. I was in Korea, Japan, and someone talked me into it. You know, when you're at a bar, you
Yeah.
kind of do stupid stuff. So they're like, "Oh, try this." So I did. It was dried squid, right? And it was just, I saw nothing appealing about it at all. The taste, maybe you have to acquire a taste for it, but to me, I didn't have it. You know.
You're not going to be Frenching with
And
nobody.
it wasn't anything like beef jerky either. I like jerky, venison jerky, whatever kind of beef jerky.
Gary,
Is who back in the Philippines, Gary?
April 4th, Gary.
better not, when he goes back, he better not be wearing that Green Bay Packers tassel cap when he's sitting in 90-degree boot-torn weather.
Don't worry, there are people there that do that though.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I had my
Dried
second
mangoes
oldest
are
son.
big.
He used to do that. He lived in Oklahoma. It was 90 degrees. He had one of them hats on. I'm like,
That's freaking nuts.
that's stupid.
It's all about style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no common sense, you know? I wonder why my head's boiling, you know?
We got that from you, didn't he?
Not that part.
But Yaz is right. The dried mangoes from Cebu
Shabu.
are the
Shabu.
best.
Or the best.
Are the best. They really are, to be honest.
Hmm.
They are.
No, Ronald's going at the end of April. Gary.
28th, Gary. Put a
Yeah,
2 in
it-
front of that 8.
Uh,
April 4th was the first day I arrived there. My first
Alzheimer's
time
is settling in on Gary.
on
Don't
who?
be picking on Gary.
Just kidding.
I'm right behind you with that, Gary.
Yeah. No, you're supposed to say.
You know what I
Green
thought?
red.
My uncle had that, and he started to get it, and I thought, I think that's all about is you equate it to like a computer. It can only hold so much information until it
Yeah,
slows
the
down.
hard drive's overloaded.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, people that are back then, I thought, well, people that are 70, 80, 90 years old, man, they got a whole lot of stuff in their head, you know what I mean? And then there's only so much you can take, because I'm getting to the point now where I just, the day comes, if I happen to think about it, I happen to, but
My dad had it in his early 70s, and he was dead by 78.
oh Lord.
My
Yeah.
mother now is 98, and she still is clear-minded.
Well, I read that.
Stuff once in a while, like you and me, but
I
98.
I read that. What are the signs? Well, that could be anything. I mean, golly, man. I mean, there's so many. When I fell and hit my noggin, boy, I swear to God, I thought I was gonna die. We had a postal worker that used to come up to the bar I went to all the time, and back in the early 2000s for about 6-7 years, and everybody loved that guy. He fell. He fell and hit his head, and he died. And that had a lot of sad people, because that guy was a good person, man. He was a fun to be around.
Who was this?
It was a postal worker. Like they came to the bar. I think his name was Tom.
How old was it when that happened?
Oh man, he was still working.
In his 50s, maybe?
Nah, he might have been. Nah, he was. Yeah, it had been. I think he was still working.
So that's what killed him, huh? Fall?
Yeah. Dude,
When I was like 10 years old, we were riding bikes, and how you play follow the leader and stuff, and we were slaloming, but we were on gravel, and I wiped out. And it was like the edge of the paved road,
yeah.
and I fell, and I hit my head somehow, but I was knocked out. And good thing it was right in front of my neighbor's house. She was a nurse, right? So she came running out, and my mom and dad had gone out for the evening. My brother was supposedly babysitting me, right? But, I was out doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So, but my uncle lived next door. They went and got my uncle. And from what I understand, they said he came down, he threw me over his shoulder, to take me to the hospital. And I threw up all over his back, right? So they say when you get a concussion, right, you throw up. So I was probably 10 years old. My uncle was, he was a World War II vet. He threw me over his shoulder. I threw up on him. And they got me to the hospital. And first thing I remember was laying on my back in the emergency room table with my knees like bent up, and they're picking gravel out of my knees, with tweezers.
Yeah.
So, but I really, to this day, I cannot remember stuff prior to that, like early grade school. Like you can remember who you had for teacher, like in second grade.
Sometimes, yeah. Some of them.
I can't really remember anything prior to that. So that must have really done something to that portion of my brain, the
Well,
memory.
either that or, well, with some folks, it's just like it never was a big deal when it was happening. And then later on, it's like, who knows? But I did that. I went over to Handlebars. I went down this hill and I had my bike. And this was quite a ways from the house. And when I went up over this hill, I didn't know where the bottom was. So I panicked. I went over at first, and my back was, grab a pebble just embedded in my back, and I scraped my face up, and all the way home, that wind riding my bike, it stung, and I went to the hospital for a couple of days, and then oh my God, I was like, how old was I back then? Shit, 14 or something. I went, and this candy striper had to give me a sponge bath.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. That
Oh,
was kind of embarrassing, wasn't it?
oh, well,
She
what was
probably got a thrill out
embarrassing
of
is
that.
I knew I would have been like that, man. Because, dude, she was gorgeous blonde, just gorgeous. And I'm like, she's like, oh yeah, well, we gotta give you a bath now. And I said, oh, it's okay, I can do it. I mean, I
No,
wasn't
no,
gonna
no,
sit,
no.
I wasn't gonna sit back like this, go.
She was gorgeous until she died, right?
Yeah.
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 And then it wasn't allowed no more. She was, I mean, what was she, about 20 maybe? I don't know. But I was 14, Yeah, you're going to take that
Oh.
sponge. I thought to myself,
It's all over.
shit, I'd have been embarrassed, boy. Well, I was in the water. But then
Little water
my-
spout going on.
my uncle's, my
It looks
uncle's
like
wife,
a whale blown air.
my auntie, she worked in a nursing home, and she used to have to do that. And she says, it happens. But I said, well, what did you do? And she said, she took a pencil and she'd snap it and make it, sting. She said, make that thing go right down.
Oh.
Oh my God. What's Gary got here? A grade school friend. Remembers everything. Yeah, I have a sister like that. Except who she's telling could give a shit. She's like, remember this? She remembered everything, man.
Yeah.
She would have.
I wouldn't want to remember everything, because then
Well-
you gotta remember the bad stuff too. That's
Well, you know what? Yeah, because I think she remembered a lot of it because her and I were the ones that received all the whoopings for anything and everything, and the other two didn't. I think
saw
my
on
dad.
TV that remember that woman that what TV program she was on.
Oh yeah,
She's got the memory like that. She can remember everything. You can tell her March
Yeah,
3rd,
see,
1980, and she'll tell you what she was wearing that
who
day,
that?
what she did. She was on
Perlman?
Taxi. I forget
That
what her name was.
Danny DeVito's wife.
Maybe, yeah.
A little bitty lady.
Dark hair, yeah.
Yeah, something. Wait
But
a minute.
anyways, she could remember everything. Okay. what's that
something.
one?
Something Perlman.
Rita Perlman.
Yeah. That
The watch. I don't do
That's-
silver. I only like gold watch.
that's
I got him.
he bought that for $2 and he's selling it for 10.
No, that was more than $2.
Yeah, it has to go. See ya, everybody.
But don't say that bad word. Or
You know what? My cousin, my step cousin there that became a cop when we were young. I mean, I didn't have brothers, so this was fantastic. I mean, I had the two one younger, one older, and then the other two were like 3 and 4 years above me. But so there was always a lot of fun. But my cousin Steve was the baby of the family, so I figured if I hung out with him, I'd get away with everything. That kind of backfired on me. So if I wanted to do something wild and sinister, I'd go with Tim.
I
But,
paid 31 cents for these watches.
how much?
30 cents each.
30 cents.
And they're going for what?
You don't tell everybody that, man.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that's how much I sell them for, $5.
you could have all your all these people
I don't
buying
care.
stuff from you, and they're all pissed.
If you don't want to buy it, you don't buy it. If you want to buy it,
Thank
that's the price.
Hobby. Yeah. 42 years now. My dad had a job at the post office, and he was pissed because he wanted a letter sorter job. I don't know what he was. He was in there like clerking or something, and he got pissed and he quit. And I brought this up to him because I knew it would piss him off. So I said, Dad, if you wouldn't have quit that post office job, you could have been retired like 10 years ago. And having a hell of a pension, not this $800 a month shit.
Well,
What'd
you're
you say?
not-
Put them over the edge? Someone made them mad?
Yeah.
No, I just I had every opportunity. I'd give.
No, I mean for the reason he quit.
He wanted. I think he was letter sorter. He wanted to be a carrier or something like that. But they gave it to somebody else, and he copped an attitude. So he got that job after he got out of the service. He went in during before the Korean War was over. But I didn't know this till after he died. But my dad's oldest brother, my Uncle Gene, he got part of his leg blown off in Korea, and he got into the artificial limb business, and big money for him. But my dad was sick. He had some kind of it wasn't a flu. It was
Like
something that, huh?
like meningitis.
It was something that kept him out of it
Barry.
because he idolized his older brother. He wanted to, Gene's got this and that, and he was the smart one, but he treated everybody like he was too. But he reminded me of Gene Kelly. The guy looked a lot like Gene Kelly, but he was named after our my great grandfather, Giosu. Yeah, man. So my dad, I thought my dad went in because he went in at the end because he knew the thing was coming to an end and he wouldn't have to go. But that wasn't the case. He went in looking to get in the fight, but it didn't work out like
But
that.
David's on the big screen.
What's that? Oh, David's on the big. What happened to?
Because I'm important. See?
Yeah.
He admires my looks.
Because
So
the guy running the show isn't paying attention. That's why.
Yeah, I ain't paying attention. Man. Tell you, man. $5 for a watch. Yeah, Gary.
I'll get $5 for a watch, Gary, and it's a Tree Frog watch, and I'll be happy to ship one to you, my friend.
Gary, you
Me-
selling your bracelets yet that you're making?
Gary,
Those
32
are
years.
just giveaways.
I got good mailman now, man, but he's about to retire. Every time I get to know one of these guys, no matter what neighborhood I lived in, they're about done, So
That tells you we're getting old.
yeah,
When
That's
you go
right.
to the doctor, and the doctor is younger than you are.
that's what I told my cousin on Messenger. I said, Tammy, we're the old fuckers now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, boy, that freaking sucks, man.
I mean, at least we got a few people around that we still know. But like my mom, when you're 98, there's not like too many of your contemporaries around.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, my mom and dad, it was like, there weren't so many people there because they were dead. I mean, my dad, mom is still around. She's 86 now. But,
There's your
uh,
gold one.
man, I tell you, but golly, the thought of that shit really just depresses you.
There's your gold one, Kiko.
That looks good. You know what I used to hate? That thing grabbing a few hairs that I did have on my
Yeah,
wrist.
okay, what brand is that?
It's an Invicta.
Invicta. It's gold.
Yeah.
And it's
I thought you
bluish,
said
right?
Victa.
Bluish background.
Yep.
Is that a battery operated also?
Yes. Brand new, of course.
Wow. With the class.
Jamel,
Yeah. The fancy
Yeah,
little.
see, I don't like those. I mean, I know they're all that way now, but I
Yeah.
just like the old stretch ones, you know. But
I do too.
in the process of removing everything from your life, huh?
I do.
That you're
too.
gonna hey, Gary, you're gonna remove your penis too?
What?
He said
He
he's
has
gonna.
one?
He's in the process of removing everything.
Gary, don't be picking on Gary.
oh,
Thank
that's
you,
right. He
Gary.
doesn't have any X's.
Well, I don't know, man. I said it before, but the day I woke up after almost 2 years ago, when I turned 60, it was like, I thought, well, when I was younger, I go, shit, 30, 40 years, I got forever. And now you're looking at whatever, 5, 10, 15, 20 if you're lucky.
So, David, do panel members get a discount?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we get a free watch. What do you mean?
No.
Yeah, I'll send you a free watch.
No, that gold one. That's an Invicta. That's
I'll
high
send you one of the
dollar.
frog watches.
I told my
That
mom,
might be
Captain
$6.
Jack, I told my mother, I said, beside my son's wedding, I said, Mom, I'm not coming back
Check
for your
these new
funeral.
brands
She goes,
out.
that's okay. I'll be dead anyway.
Yeah, nothing like a red watch band, huh?
But
What's
it's
that?
orange, but it's silicone. There's silicone now. These are outdoor sports Invicta.
Is that for the
Yeah.
crazy? Oh, okay.
Wow, it's big enough that even us can see it.
So how many
Does it
of
glow in
each
the
do
dark?
you have?
Well, just one of each of these.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Did that
Selling your
gold
wares?
Invicta have like a light? You know how some of them light up if you press the button?
Oh, okay.
These have glow in the dark features,
Right,
but they don't light up.
right.
But these are just
Oh,
the
what Casio used to call it Indiglow.
Indiglows.
I used to have a
Press the
Timex
button.
like that.
Yeah,
I
there's
still
another
have
one.
a Casio.
Yeah, the mark, the what do you call it? It's what glow in the dark. What the
We
hell is
have
that?
a dive watch left. The dive watches sell really well. So there's another
Another one?
What are they called?
Gary.
dive for diving.
Oh, yeah, scuba diving, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we all get one just because we know you.
Moons ago.
Yeah.
I think I just used the cheap Casio when I went scuba diving.
I used to get Timex, man. Remember that commercial? Takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
Yep.
They used to put it on the bottom of.
I have a $12 Timex, Walmart Timex watch, gold watch now.
Still?
Yep. They
Did you
still
have-
make them, yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't even know. I didn't think that brand was. I used to love that thing, boy. I thought it was something else to have a Timex, you know.
Right, especially the digital ones. Remember when they first came out?
Yeah, that was like that and calculators. I had to buy a Unisonic. I had a calculator, and when they first came out, this one was $38.
Let me see, David. Put David on the big screen now. There you go.
Well,
That's just from the 1990s, brand new Seiko.
Seiko, really?
Seiko, not Seiko.
What's that one going for?
I got it on my spreadsheet. Let me look.
On your spreadsheet. No, I don't want the discount price. Just tell us what the retail value is.
$75.
Manufacturer suggested.
Oh, it would have
That's a
been
Seiko? No, your price. Your price.
$75, my price.
$2.50.
Yep.
Hey, we need some soda in that.
And here's another gentleman, Seiko, from the.
You say 25, David?
Yeah. Yep. I buy them in batches, and so I just
Is it
divide
wind up or are they all battery?
battery. These are all battery. I have a wind up that's really great, actually, that I just bought. That I'm actually kind of excited about because it's hard to find wind up watches anymore. But believe it or not, this is a Seiko woman's watch. It's a wind up from 1980. I verified the serial number and everything.
No kidding.
Yeah, 1980, and it works great. It's wind up.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, Seikos, you can't go wrong with those. I mean, I know I had a coworker in Oklahoma. He was a Vietnamese guy, and when he went back to Vietnam, he bought a real Seiko. It's the kind, how if you just the movement of your wrist
yes,
rewinds it. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what that's called. There's a term.
autotromic or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And this is a very special watch, actually. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
It's a Tissot, but it's a replica.
Right.
So if this was real, it'd be worth about $1,000.
That's the TISSOT, right?
Yep.
Is that French? Tissot,
I think it's Italian, maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
I don't remember.
Maybe someone in the chat knows.
Then I
Yeah,
got
that Seiko you had, that was a good. That men's gold one with like the blue band, that was $25 one. That's a good looking watch.
the one in the blue band. See.
Oh,
I'm about the black.
Oh, black band. Yeah, I can't tell it. That's
Yeah,
a
we can
men's.
let, we can let
Tony,
you
can you
have it.
blow that? Can you blow that up?
jeez, why don't you guys just
Give us the give
Golly.
us your mouse here, Tony. We'll do it. Yeah. That's a black band, huh?
Yeah.
laugh at the big time spenders? Huh?
You see that is brand new.
Wow.
Never been worn. And this one, my retail is 75.
Oh,
But for you, we could do a little better.
How about free?
Free,
yeah.
you would be this one.
We get the free bin. We get
got a
watches from the
30-cent
free
one.
bin. That's the $2 watch or the 50-cent watch.
Is what I paid 30 cents for. That's correct. But I sell it for $5. So. But this replica Tissot is really it's a knockoff, but it's a good. I did a lot of research on it. It's a really good quality knockoff, believe it or not.
Hmm.
So
What's
Shit
all
goes
the other
down.
dials on there? What's it got? Like
what's that?
seconds or what's the other dials on there? The circles on there.
Yeah, it's the
You
second
need one with braille?
seconds and a hell, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could have besides seconds. I mean, it can't give you the weather probably.
Well, there are stopwatches.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, they're stopwatches.
Yeah, analog stopwatches. Huh.
Yeah. Then we got a replica Gucci you can buy for your wife.
Coochie?
That's right.
Coochie watch?
But I thought this was really cool the other day. The one we got, that's a
So
wine
fucking-
watch.
Well,
Fucking-
rather than buying it from you on eBay, I was wondering if I could somehow you could message me with your
Yes.
address and I can send you a check. I don't know what your last name is, but
Yeah, we can do
some
that.
way privately we could message or
David. I forget too. I knew it, but I don't know. Just don't come.
Here, I'll find something and I'll put it in here.
give it to Tony. Tony's got my message.
Well, Tony has all my stuff.
Yeah, I got him. I got Kiko on Messenger there.
But
So
I don't
Yeah.
know if you want him to give your address over Messenger.
he can put
Well-
that. You got a PO box or something?
No, it's fine. Just Tony, you can give him my.
Well, put it on my Messenger. Put it on my Messenger.
yeah.
I'll
Tell me
I'll
what
do-
you want for it. I can send you a check. And
I'll do it later when we're private for a little while.
Yeah, I'll send you something here in a little bit, Tony.
Okay.
I'll give you my full contact so you can get a hold of me.
Hmm.
And then,
Thank
Kiko, you can just message me anytime you want. We can.
Then I can.
check will be in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can do
And I
this.
promise not to whatever in your mouth either.
all the way to Arkansas.
But which one are you liking? The black and gold one? The Seiko?
Seiko.
All right, I'll set it aside.
Uh-oh. The wrong button. God, I get so used to seeing you close up here that
Just message Tony with how much and your address and stuff.
Yeah, I will.
he's gonna buy his wife a tell her he spent
It
$200
doesn't
on
have to be like FedEx overnight or anything. It
No,
can be
no, no. And it
Slow
usually
boat
comes
from
about
China.
$10 to ship.
Slow boat from China, whatever.
And then here's another really cool one.
Unless
I've
you
been
come up
selling-
with something better.
Here, let me turn it this way. Guys,
Hey,
Roman
gotta-
numerals. Tony can't read Roman numerals.
no,
no, I can't, man.
that's what this is. This
No. Oh, it's German, huh?
Yeah, definitely can't read that watch.
It's a freaking not. That's a Third Reich watch.
Tony, that's on German time.
Yeah, we don't.
We
Yeah,
don't
we
do that here.
But they sell pretty well. I got some of those too.
Big Heil, man. Fat, yeah, sausage chewing wino.
And if you're nice, I'll throw in a frog watch since you're a good friend. I'll throw in
I
a
don't need
31.
a
Frog watch. Oh, that 50-cent deal you're selling for $10
I don't go
bucks.
frogging.
You know,
Uh,
no. But
The
What you
kids
said,
nowadays
man?
have Apple watches.
waste money. I rent out.
oh, I know. But that's what
The
I
only
do.
cool thing about that is you can select what
I
kind
can
of
easily
thing
go
you
anywhere
want.
now.
Analog,
Yeah.
digital, whatever style.
Gary,
You know.
Gary, you've been talking about going out of town for a couple of years now.
But he's ready now.
You know, it's like old man went like what is that? Father Time, Baby New Year. You know,
So Gary, you're not watching the doggies anymore then, so you must be freed up from watching those Pomeranians.
if it would have been one of us over there right now, they need to have somewhere to go to. But
Well, you should tag along with Ronald.
yeah, I don't think Ronald could keep up with them. You gotta venture out there, Gary. You gotta leave the nest. You know.
He is. I have faith.
Believe me, Gary could be there 2 weeks, and you'll have enough friends. You know.
As long as you got cash, you have friends.
Yep. I need my passport back. Huh.
No
Did
dog.
you get blacklisted over there, Captain?
Get my passport back January 18th, 2024.
So have you ever, David? You ever done anything like the Home Shopping Network does? You ever have a? Well, you probably haven't. But what about having a half hour like that sometime? You know.
No, I didn't have that much stuff. And
No, I know that, but I mean, if you got different versions, you could talk. You could make that.
You mean on his YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really don't do it. I do it because it's fun, and when I get bored, if it becomes a job, then I don't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, it wouldn't be. It'd be fun, man. YouTube is just that, dude. You're not bound. Well, I think even with eBay is that like Amazon, they don't want you to just have 5 of one and then you're gone. You know.
Yeah. Well, I got some Coach purses to sell that we bought.
There you go. You get a video going like you did with making the pizzas.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
Wait, someone made pizzas?
yeah, David and
Right,
Gloria.
right.
It turned out pretty good.
No, Gary, you don't have to sleep with no dogs.
New York City recipe?
No, Arkansas recipe.
Chef Boyardee. Boyardee. His real name is Boyardee, but they would say Boyardee, like it's French.
But
Well, we got the lurkers in the background there.
Oh, my sister used to. You mean those pizzas out of a box, right? You remember that? With the dough or with the flour, and my sister
Hey.
would make those.
oh no, we
Hey.
made ours from scratch.
I used to steal my sister's easy bake oven and they bake that shit in
Amazing
that,
what
and
you
it
can do
really
with a
worked.
light bulb. Yeah. We used to
You
make
have you know
brownies.
have you ever seen one of those, David?
Yeah. You can make
Easy,
brownies in them because the light bulb
yeah.
make the brownies.
You
Yeah.
make the you can make the stoner
Was that
brownie.
what did it? The light bulb, right?
Yes.
It
Yeah,
got
the
hot
heat.
enough to.
Because it was like an insulated little oven, and the light
Yeah,
bulb generated enough
yeah. I
heat in
know.
there.
My older sister had one back in the day, I think.
Yeah,
Except she
yeah.
burned everything.
No, we made a
I,
real homemade pizza, fresh dough, store
I
bought
made
Good,
one.
good
ingredients.
sauce,
No, we had a shitty sauce.
mozzarella. Or,
Yeah, we had store bought sauce. We've got the ingredients now to make our own homemade sauce, and we're gonna be doing
Yeah.
that soon.
yeah, that's the key. If you can find a good old Italian, like New York City pizzeria
Yeah.
style sauce, that's the best stuff.
Ours sucked really bad. It did. I admit. But hey, by
You
the
have
way,
to
you
find the
guys are
store bought
welcome.
sauces.
Next Saturday night, we're having a big party for Lorelai. You guys are welcome to come down. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. You're welcome to join
Saturday
us.
night.
Well, that's the Saturday night we turn the clocks back. Well, we don't do it technically till 2 in the morning on
That's
Sunday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
You
the
can bring
12th
your-
of March.
You
What's
can
her
fly out,
birthday?
Bring your wife with you.
It's her birthday.
Uh-huh.
We having
We're
a party.
celebrating on the 11th.
Oh,
But
when
it's
is her
actually when?
birthday?
I can't tell you that. It's a secret.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a secret.
What are you,
No, the
CIA
year
workers?
should be a secret, not the day.
Well, you could
That's
tell
a
us,
secret too.
you could tell us, but you'd have to kill us, huh?
That's it. Or she would kill me. One of the two.
Right.
Man.
But we're celebrating on the
Eliminate all
11th.
the males on the panel.
That's it.
But women want you to remember that special day.
Well, we are, but it doesn't got to be the special day. And we have two other friends. Well, I better not say that. I can't say that on here. That's a secret.
Oh Lord, now he's got under my thumb.
I was almost giving away secrets.
Yep.
But we're having a big party. Everybody's welcome.
You're limited on what you can divulge. Huh?
That's right. Just be a reminder that the minimum gift is $500.
What's the nearest airport?
Dallas.
XNA,
Huh?
XNA.
Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport?
No, it's called the Northwest Arkansas or Fayetteville, but it's called XN as in Nancy, A as in Arkansas.
What's the biggest
Yeah,
plane that lands there?
Big. It's an international
Okay.
airport.
Oh,
X-ray November Alpha.
Yep.
That's the airport code. I
Yes.
know those.
it's going to be 3. It's going to have layover in Denver, and then you get.
All right,
Town.
David, don't tell. Question for Tony. Tony, what is the airport code for Manila?
Ooh.
Say what?
The airport code for Manila.
I know it.
3-letter code.
I know it.
Don't Google it.
MNL.
Very good. You're smarter than you
Chicago's
look.
ORD. San Francisco's
There you
SFO.
Yeah.
What's
Wow.
TFWs?
Wow, that's a tricky one. There. Milwaukee's MKE.
What's Pittsburgh?
I think Miami's MIA. Not
It
sure.
Well, okay,
Pittsburgh.
here's a good one. What's Houston?
PTS, Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I don't know what
PIT.
What is it?
PIT. Pitt.
Pitt. I was going to say that, but it seemed too simple.
Houston's airport, the George H.W. Bush Airport or whatever it's called. You know what that is?
What are they? They're
DFW.
HOU, right?
DEN.
What's Dulles?
DFW. Dallas Fort Worth. DUL.
Los Angeles is easy. You know that one.
LAX.
LAX.
Yeah.
All these codes. Shit.
MICKEY MOU.
MOUSC.
What is Gary wants to know what LAD is? IAD? LAD?
IAD. Yeah.
Idaho?
No,
Fucking Idaho.
I think that's Dulles.
Is that Dulles?
I think.
Well, the L one there, Harai.
I think
Atlanta,
Houston's like IAH or something. It's
Easton's SHOU, isn't it?
no. That'd be too easy.
I guess. Knoxville's KNX or something?
Yeah.
Some of them make sense. Some of them are very.
Yeah, I know. It's like, where'd you get these letters from, you know? No, you know what I think? I think they were made up when everybody was stoned and you were
Yeah, I
deciding.
think so.
We're
You
going to
know.
Google it. Tell me which one you want to know, and I'll answer it for you.
Houston Hobby.
Dave the answer, man.
I think it's called Hobby. Houston Hobby Airport or something like that. But
Houston Hobby.
I thought it was IAH. IAH.
George
Okay,
Bush.
Tony.
Intercontinental.
Honolulu.
HOU?
Nope.
Oh, no, HNL.
There you go.
That's enough, man. I can't take it. I'm getting overload.
Come on, we're exercising your brain.
I'm getting
I know it's out
overload.
of breath, but
But I'm fried already. So.
what are you Googling, David? You got it?
I'm
You're not as
looking.
fast
Which one
as
do you want?
RZ.
Houston?
No.
IAH, right?
What is Love Field? Love Hartford? Hatfield?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
IAD
Dallas?
is Washington Dulles.
yeah.
What about Reagan National in D.C.?
Reagan.
He's still
He's
looking
the
up
first.
Houston. I think.
Reagan's the prick that started taxing Social Security.
Let's confirm that Houston is IAH.
It is.
Oh, you got a cookie.
IAH.
There you go. Bing,
called
bing, 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 bing.
George
I would have
Bush Intercontinental Airport.
I win a watch. I win the prize. George, all right, now Ronald Reagan International, Washington, D.C.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know what New York is, right? One of New York,
Bordia.
Tony.
Kennedy, LaGuardia.
What's Kennedy?
I don't know.
JFK.
Tony.
I don't
What's
know.
his initials?
JFK.
There you go. Bingo.
No RFK. Though.
Let's see here.
I meant
LaGuardia.
RFK Jr.
LaGuardia. LGA, I think.
Hey, what? I got a question here. Why is it that I know of no main streets here in this state are named after any of the Kennedys?
Ronald Reagan's is DCA.
Yeah, DCA. Yeah,
Yeah. District of Columbia Airport, I guess.
right.
Love Field, huh? They have a lot of love in that field.
Yeah, I love Hartsfield, Dallas.
What's that one?
Did
Did you see the code for that one?
Ain't that Atlanta Hartsfield? Or
Yeah,
Hatsfield?
Atlanta Hartsfield.
Dallas Love Field is DAL.
Oh.
Hmm. Gary.
Atlanta Hartsfield. You would
What's up,
think that would be ATL, but I don't know.
Atlanta ATL, isn't it?
Maybe.
Atlanta's ATL.
Tampa.
Cobb is RY,
You know,
PDK, FTY.
I got this.
What?
I got
Okay,
this.
here's a good one. Tony, what's Boots one?
What? BXU.
No. Yeah.
Boots one is BXU.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was
Who you cussing at? BXU2.
dyslexic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You tell me no. Oh,
Hey, Tony, what's the Seattle?
yeah, so SEA.
Oh,
It is to
Telling
me.
Telling the homeboys wrong about his home airport.
That's right.
come again. Come again.
Okay, Seattle.
It's two initials.
SeaTac.
SeaTac.
FU 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bastard.
Where'd you go, man? Did you have to go go do some schmoozing or sucking up there?
I don't know about sucking up. That's your department.
Wow, that's yours, man.
I'm cleaning the house, son. I'm trying to
Oh,
move.
what? Why?
In the house, there ain't nothing left.
Look,
That shit's too stained too bad to be cleaned now.
the fuck are you
That's
talking
all the
about?
homeless you could fit in there, bro.
Yeah, starting with Tony's punk ass.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to
Boom.
Mr. fucking crooked camera.
If he'd make it his way over to Seattle, he'd have a lot shorter trip when he does have to fly.
I'm telling you, but no, Brainchild here want to go from Dick Compton.
He wants to go to Chicago, to Dubai, and
No,
the long
going.
way.
I like the long way home. I like the airline.
Yeah.
Price is right, and I got the airline. Except they gotta refund me some money or pick me some different seats because I picked the premium economy one. I was supposed to get more leg room, but they allowed me to pick from the back of the plane on one.
Did
So
you pay for the seats?
yeah, I paid for it.
Don't they have flights from Chicago that go west?
Sure
that,
they do.
That PAL one?
But
They
not
do.
international.
No one goes from the West Coast. You take like Delta or American out to the West Coast.
Right.
Alaskan
Either LA or
Airlines,
San
too.
Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco or LA. Alaska Airlines or Korean Air goes from here to
I think
Minneapolis.
last time my wife took the Cathay Pacific from JFK to Hong Kong.
That's a good airline.
16 and a half hours.
That's a good airline
that's-
too.
It's good to get it all knocked out. Mostly, I mean, from Hong Kong over to Manila is only 2 hours. I guess.
Well, it'll cost you, but you can get it from the West Coast right to Manila. But
LAX. PAL goes from LAX to Manila straight.
up and down. Yep, one up, one down. Yep. So
I
It was
want to
the
fly
price-
to Cebu someday.
for mine, the price was right. Yeah, I might go up to that. I might do that when I do that 13A, man. I might go over to that dude that's got that. He's got an office in Cebu and one in Dumaguete, but I think all you need is if you're there for a while, you can use your police record from over there. If it search. Of course, you're not going to get on.
Record. Why do you want to talk about my record? Remember
Oh,
that song?
who?
Yeah, why are you talking about people's arrest records, man?
Yeah.
Man.
No, that's an info. Diamond Dave. Except he was the dildo robber. Boy, it seems like we're in a freaking. Hello to all the lurkers back there.
Billy Jack, Cebu is good. That's right. Go to Cebu, hang out, and have a good time.
Call it Shabu.
Don't go over there to that land of the Manila land.
Yeah, Dallas is very close to DFW. It's Dallas Fort Worth, man.
DFW is Dallas Fort Worth. Dallas Love Field is close to DFW, but you don't want to mess with.
They love Hartsfield in Atlanta.
Yeah, Hartsfield is in Atlanta. Dallas
Right.
Love Field is in.
Captain Billy Jack, I fly straight to Taiwan and straight to Manila. You can't beat that, baby.
Yeah, well, now we fly from Los Angeles to straight to Cebu, so that's on our way back we had to come through Manila, but
Bill,
Everything,
we used
Yeah,
to have
goes through-
Korea.
almost
everything
everything
happens
goes.
West Coast, baby.
Almost everything goes through Manila.
Yeah, we used to go through Korea, but the last few times we've been able to go straight to Cebu.
Hey, that throwaway ticket I got? When I'm there for a while, I can fly to Hong Kong for $55.
And you
Right,
should.
right,
Be about 100 something
Round trip?
Yeah, well, 55 one way.
one way.
So it's probably 200 round trip, something like that.
yeah,
2, 3.
take the flight out. Yeah, go take a Hong Kong.
Well, my intention was before this COVID shit came up was I go over there, and since I grew up watching TV of Vietnam War on the TV every night, I go there and check it out. But I've since watched a bunch of other vloggers there, and a lot of those folks love us over there. But I guess they got a real bad pollution problem because I think they got one of the top 10 countries in the world with polluted scooters. Everybody that rides them's got a mask on their face because the freaking pollution in the air is real bad.
Yeah, Captain Billy Jack, I got the shortest route. I couldn't believe it either. Only 19 hours.
Yeah, but how much are the layovers?
Well, the biggest one is in Taiwan, in Taipei, of course. 4 hours.
The reason I picked the one I picked is because I like the airline, and it has an 8.5 hour one, and I did 9 coming back, 9.5 coming this way. But with all that extra shit on, with the luggage and schedules and all that other shit, I think the total was 924. So I like my time I was on that plane, man. They got the proper business model for an airline, boy. I tell you.
Gary's
Great.
wondering about dollars.
Gary,
Dollars?
for you, it would be about the same either way. If you fly east or you fly west,
Yeah.
He's
pretty
on
much
the East
halfway.
Coast.
You're on the other side of the world from them, so
That would be it'd be
West
like a
would be a lot.
17-hour flight if you went west from where he lives.
Yeah, for sure. You got to come over here
it'll
and
be
get to LA.
17 hours if he goes east. If he goes DC to like Doha, Qatar, or something, it's still going to be the same length. So
That's where I'm going.
Doha.
See, when I was in line in Manila, they have their guys, their security guys will come up and down the line and ask you like 3 times trying to catch you. The guy said, "Where are you going?" I said, for whatever reason, I had Dubai on my brain, and so the guy's walking around. He goes, "So where are you going?" I go,
None of your damn business.
"I'm going to Chicago, but I'm going through Dubai." "Oh, do you have a visa for Dubai?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I ain't going there." So he came 2 more times. And out of all those people in the line, I'm the only one to come up there. This guy said, "Sir, would you like to upgrade?" I said, "Is it free?" He said,
Yeah,
"No."
right.
I said, "Forget it then."
Should I ask him, would you like to pay
He
for it?
said, "Why are you asking me that?"
Yeah,
Well, you know what? I'm in the part of the plane, the seats, the area of the plane I want to be in, but I paid for premium economy, so you get more leg room than coach. So I'm going to call them up maybe tomorrow or Monday or something.
I got 4 aisle seats all the way around.
Dude, I would. You know what? They're so tight that the guy in front of me, he when he puts his all the way back, my knees are scrunched up
Damn.
like man. So the guy in back of me got pissed because I did the same thing, but not knowing because before that happened to me, and I thought, what the? Oh yeah, shit, man, that guy in back of me must have been pissed.
So you got a piss chain.
They were like freaking, I think they were the Indians, man, or some kind of
Always blaming it on the Indians. My gosh.
not the Americans. No.
Yeah, man.
Man.
I'm like they bring dinner. They bring dinner from and I said to myself, I wouldn't be like these guys. They bring dinner from the front and the back, and they stop at the seat in front of me and the back of me, and I'm going, what is this? You don't fucking feed the white guy? Shit.
Hey, I didn't order a meal, but do I still get one?
Yeah. There you go. They had good food on that.
No,
Qatar
you
airline.
got any leftovers?
Dude,
Yeah,
Qatar.
I'm on April Air.
I had the food there, and
Forget it. I'll lick
I've
the
never,
bowl. I don't care.
Right?
I never had that good of food on an airline before.
I ain't never had good food on the airline.
The Asian
You-
airlines, they got some.
Well, you're
good
gonna get
stuff.
the freaking bologna sandwich has been sitting in the lunchbox for 4 hours on the one you're Eva Air.
Had green eggs and ham.
Yeah, Sam, I am.
We've
Hey,
had
man,
good luck with food on the plains, believe it or not. I've been happy with the food on the plains.
I know I gassed it up so bad one time. This lady in front of me kept getting up on her seat, looking in the back. You know, when it acted like I was sleeping.
You gonna read the comment?
No,
Well, what they got you on your panel for? So we can read it?
no. Well, you can read. You maybe can't read. Just tell me before it starts, and I'll read for you.
Well, I can't read it fast enough. You pop them up there and then you pop them out.
Well, you
Hey,
get
Gary.
quicker.
Gary, nowadays, if you got a layover in Moscow, it's going to be a long layover.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I
Well,
wouldn't do
maybe it'll be like that basketball dyke bitch there. You know, we'll trade a prisoner for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't go the Moscow route. I just wouldn't. I would stay out of that
They
drama.
don't even have him right now. He's just saying that because there's no
Yeah.
no airlines fly into Russia right
Well, I guess
now.
that's true. That's
it.
right.
No.
Yeah. But you know,
Gary always trying to trick us.
you want to keep it simple.
He always trying to trick us.
No, he's trying to be a commodian.
Oh, Commodian. Is that the same shit that stops diarrhea?
Yep. Yeah, that's the brand, man. You gotta eat that cereal, colon blow, man. That'll.
Oh, wow. What it
No,
tastes like?
you just eat a good Mexican meal. That'll take care of all your fight problems.
Oh, heavy food.
Taco Bell.
Well, you know, when you get older, you gotta be careful with that, man, because you don't want to shard. You know.
Oh, man. You don't want to do it.
Nah.
Well,
But
Tony, I got the house broke down. I threw away the beds, the dressers, the damn.
Threw away the bed.
Huh?
What
You
you
threw
got
away
left?
your bed.
Yeah, because after when I get back after my 2-month vacation, I'm coming
Yeah.
back here and settle the score, get rid of the vehicle, and throw away the rest that's in here.
Yeah.
With my bum
Yeah, but
leg
you
and
ain't
bad
gonna
back,
have a bed to sleep in now once you get back.
What are you gonna sleep in?
I'm Filipino. I sleep on the floor like they do. What is wrong with you?
No.
It ain't like the poor black kid ain't never slept on the floor.
Well, just remember, you're not a kid anymore, though.
I know.
My
I
sons did.
don't want to grow up. I'm a
I
Toys
told
R Us.
I told my wife once, and when this place they had over by the market, I said, "Well, brother had he built a place up, you know, two levels up." And I said, "Well, where's your uncle gonna sleep?" Oh, he'll sleep right on the floor because it's cool, nice and cool, you know. Yeah,
I sleep right on
Remember
the
when
floor.
we used to get paid on Friday and we were broke by Sunday morning?
go to the bar. I mean, go to the frickin' stand in line in the bank on a Friday night
Trying
or
to
Friday
cash
after.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But we
Friday
did it.
after. Had a line all the way out the door.
See, around here, you didn't have to go to the bank. You just went to the county line liquor store and they cashed a check for you.
Right. Or down to the pawn shop, they'll cash it.
Yeah.
You can live in a Biocoba and you gotta get have some mosquito netting, man, because those things will bite your ass up.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for me for tonight. I got stuff I got to do.
Okay,
How you
make a
been?
good meal. Hey, get your
See ya.
address to Tony or whatever
I
and your
did.
name
You did.
so
I did, and he'll send it to you.
or your
Everybody,
wife, so I can put that
say
on the
goodbye to David. Tuesday nights, 5:30.
Yeah, and
All
we're going
right.
to talk about resources for people who are interested in living in the Philippines and other countries. What are the best resources on the internet for people that want to do this? That's what we're talking about this coming Tuesday night.
Free money.
Okay.
Take care,
All right,
guys.
David.
All
All
right.
right, see ya.
night.
Damn it.
All right, man. We about to do a premature
Jackie Lee.
Constipation.
ejaculation on this live stream.
Rather that, I'm going back to work. I got to clean the bedroom out.
No way. Gotta have
What?
freaking
I thought
candy
that
and
was your bedroom.
booze
Huh?
bottles and shit all over the place.
Ain't no booze bottle in here. Boy, I ain't had a drink since February 12th.
So that
I
big
told you-
empty
I
room
told-
is your living
yeah.
room, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I told you about that guy on my first trip down there when I stayed in St. Ilians, and this dude was like, he reminded me of a guy from our clerk from work. He was big, had the sweatshirt that was one size too small and just scruffy looking, nasty. And he had this nice lady was in there with him. And I was sitting out in that little porch area. They had a little extended porch each floor. And I'm sitting out there. They came out. And I said, hi. She said, hello. And the dude, they came. I only saw him come out of that room once. I was there 11 days. And when they left, he was downstairs. And, is the lady coming with you? He said, no. So then I knew she was rented, And he they go in their room before they give you your deposit back or whatever. They go upstairs and look it over and okay it. I heard these clanging of bottles, and I ain't shitting you. There was enough bottles in there. The guy had an 80-gallon garbage bag full of freaking booze bottles. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking maybe 1, 3. Fuck. They filled half of that garbage bag up with bottles, man. Fifth, So all that guy did was drink and have sex and drink and have sex.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he got his money's worth, I guess.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That woman must have been he's the kind of dude you keep your kids away from.
A hoe.
Dude, he looked like the sleaziest. He looked like the guy that wears underwear all a couple of weeks.
Damn.
I mean, he was
Probably did.
when I first saw her. She was nicely dressed and it looked pretty good. And when he came out, man, I was like, what the fuck? Oh. How could she stand having that dude laying on top of her, man?
Takes all
No.
kinds.
Hey, look at Ronald. Gary's doing. He's doing Tagalog now. He looked that up.
He probably did.
Palam Mons sa Nagaon.
Yeah, he said goodbye for now.
I thought he said, Ronald, you know you're black, right?
No.
Well, that sounds like something he'd do, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh. It was in I kept looking for that St. Ilians.
He's trying to say he sharded himself.
Oh, he shit his pants. He tried to fart and a little shit came out, huh?
Nayon means now.
Yeah. Now. Goodbye for now.
Donde ano? Gusto mo bang makidag titiko?
You just nasty.
It's the only sentence I know, man.
Don't say it when you over there. That'll be the only thing you say.
Unless you're in an establishment.
Well,
Right.
my friend, my Greek friend, knew he taught me a few words, and his mom used to get upset when she'd hear me say it. Like scatafe shit.
I ain't gonna say nothing offensive because I ain't that type of dude.
Esi ese putana.
I ain't going over there to offend nobody. I'm going over there to vacation and then relax and then retire.
Get your freak on, huh?
I ain't no freaking. I ain't got time.
Don't
for
say that to a church lady.
No, I ain't got time to be chasing them young girls. That shit is ridiculous. I ain't 25, 35, 45, or 55.
You gonna put on Morris Day and the Time, Jungle Love?
Well, no, it can't be jungle love.
No,
people.
the bird.
The Prince, the Bird?
The bird. No, Morris Day and it's time.
Yeah,
Morris
Morris
Day
Day
and
and the
the Time
Time.
did
That's
the
what
Bird.
it said.
Yeah. Prince turned him on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think we're close. I think we're close enough to 2 hours here. That's good enough.
All right, Tone. I'll catch you on the next one.
No, I'll be on the sidebar thing here so I can give Frico his information.
Frico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's my name, you know.
So thanks everyone for stopping by tonight. And David shows Tuesday night, 5:30 p.m. Central Time here in America.
Y'all welcome to come back to a skank in the Philippines.
Now come down, you hear? Good night.
Yeah. Hasta la vista. Ingat.
Hasta la vista.